You guys legitimately like would specific. No, Bob too. You guys do look like
we look giant.
Easily 4 feet taller.
It's also because we're a little closer to on the one.
We're also like in the
on
couch.
the individual shots. We look more level.
All right, you guys ready?
We look like your parents.
All right, that's a good start. Welcome to the Nontendo Podcast, episode 7, with our first ever in real life guests. Hello.
Hi.
Hi, Bob.
Hello.
Hi, Bob. Hi, Bob.
You just call me Bob. Great start.
I would.
This is OJ. Sorry, John.
Yeah.
John, right?
Okay. It's easy to mix us up. Yeah.
Oh, you're both ripped. And Miss Click.
Hi. Yeah.
And then of course Bob.
Hi. 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 How you doing? Bob Wolf of the Wolf Den.
So we are of course here to squash the beef between the SPAWNCAST and the Nontendo Podcast.
Two dueling gaming podcasts. What's up? I got nothing else.
That
was
wait.
topic we came up with. Thanks for coming to the Nontendo Podcast.
What was the beef again? It was the fact
I don't
that,
know. Quick, make something up.
So Miss Click, Nintendo ambassador.
Oh God, there it is. It was gonna be used.
How's that treating you?
Yeah, you know, it's
Must be nice.
Must be very nice. You did.
I feel bad
You just
about
got some stuff from them, right? You just got a game early. What did you get?
I don't get any games.
This
early.
feels like bullying.
I get
No.
I get
No,
games
no.
late. Let's be real here. I get games late.
Did you get Fire Emblem?
Yeah, they did. I think they sent that code
there you
out,
go.
but I can't try it yet because I'm here with y'all. So
I know. I need to go
you're
to
more
GameStop
important.
and grab it.
Yeah.
Are you excited to play that?
Oh yeah, I'm stoked. I really, I wasn't into Fire Emblem too much before Three Houses came out. I think Three Houses kind of solidified that for me. So I'm really excited to expand more on that universe.
I'm excited.
When did
for
that
you.
come out?
I think it was yesterday.
Today.
Today?
Oh.
Today,
Friday.
right now.
Friday.
I'm
Yeah.
so into
Oh.
Nintendo games.
I know. Apparently, it has co-op. I didn't know that.
I don't
Well,
know
it's
anything about this game.
Warriors games normally do, right?
Yeah, I was told that, and I didn't know that.
Usually it's the performance you have to worry about for those, though. Like, I think the previous Nintendo Warriors games, it, like, drops frames like crazy.
Oh, it's
so.
another Warriors game.
Yeah.
What's this one called?
Okay,
Three
Bob,
Hopes.
you are
And what
on
was
the
the other one?
Nintendo Podcast.
Fire Emblem.
I'm learning so much about Nintendo on
I
this.
think it was just
Nintendo
Fire
podcast.
Emblem Warriors.
Okay.
Yeah.
I played the Zelda one, and that one dropped.
Okay,
frames
let
like
me
a lot.
It did.
let me catch you up, Bob. So
Please.
the Warriors games have
Okay.
been these games with like 1,000 enemies where you wail on them.
I know that.
And they
I
started
know that
taking
much.
properties like Zelda and Fire Emblem
And
and
Mario.
making them. But with the last Hyrule Warriors Age of Calamity one, it was like another
I played
level.
that one. I
They
played that
went
one.
all out. It had a story that was canon within the universe.
pretty cool.
It became like an actual part of the franchise
There was like
and
a 2-hour
property.
demo you could play.
Yeah, rather than just a whaling simulator. So now they've done another Fire Emblem one, but
Oh.
this time it's the same thing. It has a story and it's all, you can pick between the three houses and everything. It feels
Yeah.
like an extension
That
of...
must be really cool if you like Fire Emblem.
Yeah.
I heard there was too much Fire Emblem, too much Xenoblade.
These guys
right?
know someone that really loves Fire Emblem and Xenoblade. Big fan of RGT85.
Yeah, people love him on Twitter for it.
Yeah.
Right?
What happened?
I mean, I don't think he...
Tell us about RGT.
He was shit talking Fire Emblem. Right?
And Xenoblade.
Oh, and
you can't leave
Xenoblade.
Xenoblade
Can't
out of
leave
it.
out Xenoblade.
It's coming up soon.
I mean, he wanted impressions, and he got them. So.
No, I legitimately...
He was baiting, is what you're saying.
Yes.
The thing I'll give Sean is he is always just... I think he's straight up about it. I just don't think he... I think he wants something else, but I don't think he understands it's intelligent systems and Monolith Soft making them. So what would Nintendo have him do differently?
Okay.
To clarify on who I guess RGT is, but also what the SPAWNcast is for, I went into this assuming that everyone would know.
Yeah.
But maybe let's expand on it a little bit and flesh it out. So, John, you started the SPAWNcast on the back of your YouTube channel, SpawnWave. How did
Yes.
that come about?
It was a long time ago, but it's probably like episode 240 something, 250 something now.
Yeah, you've done like 250,000.
Yeah, it's been a lot, right? So looking back on it, though, just randomly like, let's do a podcast because people are paying attention to the channel. And we just got some people together, and that was it. We were just like,
why-
get on
why
Discord.
are
Or no,
there-
we were doing Google Hangouts at the time.
Why are there 15 people on every
Yeah,
stream?
why? How do you manage
No,
that?
we max it out. We have like usually 7 or 8, right?
I think there's originally like 9 of us. all together. But I feel like usually, especially recently, so many life changes, it hasn't been all 9 of us except for, I don't know, when you get all 9 of us together, it's kind of like a reunion and everybody's freaking out like, oh, everybody's here.
I think it works well to have more people than you need, just in case somebody has to do something that week or something. You always have a full panel basically then.
When you get the full, does it just feel like chaos?
Not necessarily. I think for the most part, like we cover all like these different topics. So like we might cover something that someone's just not that interested in or have much of an opinion on. So they just kind of hang out and it gets covered. Then we move to the next thing and the next thing. And I think if we were all like talking about like, if we were all there for one topic, it would be chaos then.
I don't know if we added a third person, I think I would just be fighting to talk the whole time.
I mean, to be fair, there's some
We fight enough to talk with each other.
I mean, some wild stuff has happened on the podcast. So like fires become involved at some point. So
go
you
on.
seem to talk a lot about chest hair being lit. Can you comment on that?
Sean just randomly lights his chest hair on fire.
Now, how often does this happen?
It happened one episode, right?
It was only once.
Because he had a story related to it.
Well, it's happened once, but apparently he used to do it all the time in his private life.
Because of his roommate.
Somehow we went for, I can't remember what we were talking about. It was something video game related. That's all I know. And then it goes into him.
Video game
it was
podcast.
that picture. There's a picture that circulates on Twitter of him shirtless with like a single flame.
Yes. Yeah. So somebody threw that at him on Twitter when he's, of course, saying something on Twitter. And he was like, well, I can just show you. And it went from that to him just lighting his chest around. And he actually did it. Lit on fire. And then there's another time where he stood up and his pants fell down. And
How do you manage Sean on the show? Because I feel like Sean is always a day away from being cancelled. Is that a fear that you have?
That's a suspenseful part. You
don't like it. You like having.
Yeah, he knows. He knows there's any time he could just be canceled. He says something that's like a sentence, and everyone on the podcast just kind of tenses up a little bit. And
Speaking of, did you want to explain the 50-50 thing?
Do I want to? No, I don't want to. I like it where it is.
Are you wanting to get demonetized?
I want to know a 50-50 thing.
Oh, you don't know.
I don't know.
I actually do know, and we shouldn't.
What? Then why did you bring it up? Because me in the audience.
I'll tell you.
This is what it feels like when you say to leave it for the bonus episode.
I'll tell you in the bonus.
There you go. Yeah.
Fair enough.
So, Miss Clegg, when did you join the SPAWNCAST? How'd that come about?
I think it was one of the later 9, right? I feel like I was probably like the 8th member or something. I feel like maybe I was the 9th.
We had you on for a guest, and then we should just have her back. That was it.
It was like a couple years,
and
it was like
leave.
Everyone on the podcast showed up as a guest at one point, and we were like, that worked really well. Let's have him back again, and then eventually it's just like we'll send him a Discord link, and then we'll go from there.
Yeah.
So it just kind of works out that way. You just bring them in, and then they have good chemistry, and we just keep it. So.
How do you navigate being on the Sausage Fest cast?
A lot of nonverbal cues. So
I thought you were talking to John when you said that.
No.
It's a lot of nonverbal cues. It's a lot of, if something is said, it's that silent eye contact with the camera of being like, help me. But also...
Now, is that a playful help me, or does it get rough?
Yeah, no, I mean, for the most part, usually John over here is kind of like...
I can move us along.
He moves it along pretty fast.
I just kind of move along.
Sometimes you can like see the look in his face where he kind of likes facilitating the chaos. So he's like, I'm going to let this go for a little bit more.
Yep.
But for the most part, I mean, everybody's is just super chill, and I think we're used to each other's sense of humor after a certain point. So, I think at this point, if it wasn't a certain way, you would kind of worry if something was wrong.
Okay.
So
yeah, like if it was, if everyone was just being real like careful of each other, where Sean or whoever will just say anything.
Yeah.
Like that's it. And it just keeps going.
Yeah, I think it's just kind of become that point where it's just every Saturday. It's just a group of friends hanging out, and so when we're at events like this, getting to see each other, it doesn't feel that different.
So are you doing one tomorrow? Like
we
live SPAWNCAST?
We did like every Saturday nights, right?
If there's a Saturday that I won't be available, which isn't that often, you usually record something ahead of time.
Okay.
Then just post like something's going to go up tomorrow.
So you post it, you don't premiere it or anything?
No, I just post it.
Okay.
Listen to it when they get a chance.
Premiere.
That's all.
It's so fancy.
I don't like
That's
premieres.
all. You don't like
we
premieres?
I love premieres.
I was going to say, wait a minute.
I was gonna say,
When I'm on the Nontendo Podcast, premieres are great.
We're premiering this right now. Say hi in the live chat.
Say hi in the live chat.
But outside of the SPAWNCAST, you have your own channel and your own Twitch streams, and you've been working as a Nintendo ambassador for a long time. Why can I not mention it?
Because I still I feel your pain.
No, there's no pain.
I was Nintendo ambassador at one point.
Oh yeah, well
for me?
you were an ambassador.
Yeah.
You not
What
anymore?
happened? Tell us why
not.
you're not.
I'm not anymore.
What'd
He
you
thought
do?
he just told him. He's just like, hey.
Yeah, it was kind of like it got to the point where it was more influencer related rather than media or like coverage related.
Yeah,
And that's what I was. It was just I wanted something different from it, and it's a PR company, or Golan.
Yeah.
And their job is to we distribute material and game stuff for promotion to people who can then relay that information to their own audience in like an exciting way, and all this to get it to them. Didn't make sense for me because. You see my thumbnails, I'm boring. When it comes to that stuff. Look at this game, this kind of thing.
That can't be it.
Well, no, but I'd rather have it more along the lines of have the game early
Exactly.
and be able to
I
do
knew
coverage.
it.
Exactly.
Well, no, but I
knew.
did. But here's the thing: Nintendo's changed with that because they used to give it to us early,
Right.
Yeah.
but they have things have leaked out, so they've got to the point where they're very careful with it. To where I've heard that they have systems with specific accounts on it that you have to use, and like especially for Pokemon. And that became a bit of an issue. So now it's kind of like, okay, I can just get the game and do it myself. I'm not going to do like the influencer. Like they'll have people come out, they'll do fun events and stuff. That's not really something I'm going to be able to do well.
Yeah,
So
something that we talked about on I think the first episode was like they'll give you games for free, but a lot of times, especially lately, they might give it to you late. And your channel especially is very topical.
I ran into that issue with Mario Odyssey where it was going to midnight and they're like, we can send it to you at 3 a.m. I'm like, well, I can just buy it at midnight and get 3 hour head start
and you
on it.
have to because that's your channel. You need to do that. And then you'll buy it yourself and then they'll make you say that it was given to you by Nintendo. Meanwhile, you paid for it already.
I ran into that issue with Splatoon 2. They actually gave me that early. It was like a week or two early. I was shocked. And we did full preview coverage of it. And then you got to do like the hashtag free code, all that stuff to fall in line with the guidelines and all that. That makes sense to me. But then after the game came out and I did the preview, the review, I then wanted to talk about sales for news. And I still had to include that tag. And because it was the subject, and I was like, well, I do news every day. I don't really, if Splatoon is anywhere in there, I don't want to have to then follow up with a hashtag for that because I'd rather use that for, if I'm talking about Xbox and Switch, well, I want to have hashtag Xbox, hashtag Switch, and then hashtag free product. It then kind of gets blended in with the other stuff that I'm talking about. And it's like, well, did Xbox give him this? Did Sony give him this? And it kind of gets lost in the shuffle. So
I think the best way to probably describe the program as I've seen it is because I've had games that I've wanted to cover, like it fit within my schedule. Like I think the most recent one that they were supposed to get to me at a certain time, they actually physically mailed to me. I think it was Switch Sports, but something happened to the packaging. It was already kind of shipped late and it didn't fit in my schedule, so I couldn't cover it the way I wanted to. So the best way I've come to, I guess, analyze it is the ambassador program's good for people who consider Nintendo games like a hobby and not their career, which, if you're making games and reviews and sales and, every little hashtag, like you said, does count. It kind of, in a way, limits you with, having things early or being able to kind of compose things how you want that don't have to, line up with FTC regulations and stuff, because that's a whole thing. It's just one of those things, like I think they really switched from that media side, like John was saying, to the influencer side, because they want people, it's like, it's their hobby, like they're having fun with it versus, having to, like, I need to get this out by this time. And I wish they would get the games out early or like right at midnight. There are definitely times, especially certain games I'm really itching to play, I would like to have them on time, but
well, it helps getting them early too, so you can start working on the review and everything.
Yeah, or do like a midnight stream or something, because a lot of people, want to watch that right away. And there have been times, and I've been honest with the team, is like, it'd be nice if you could get it when the hype is fresh, like right from the minute.
You get to talk to a team.
Well,
that's fun.
I'd like a representative.
I 100% agree, Miss Click, and I think it's better that it goes to people that are doing it as a hobby, because those are creators or people that maybe can't afford to buy every game. And
that's also true.
It's super helpful to get it out there, get it in their hands. Whereas, like me or Bob or whatever, at this point, like, we can go out and buy a game, especially if it's not going to get there till late anyway. We can go out and buy it and start playing it on stream. So I think it makes sense that way.
But other than that, I didn't have any issues. It was like an amicable split. Like, hey, if you want, I can. Yeah, me too. I can do stuff with media and everything. But I will say this: I was pretty rude to some of their games, and they didn't cut me off from it. So I said some really mean. I said some mean stuff. So.
I made the Xenoblade 2 review, and they still sent me some games after that.
Yeah.
So they didn't mind getting bad
I'm very
reviews.
vocal about Xenoblade 2 as well, and they haven't said anything. So
I mean, for most of the companies, I've said some bad stuff and never any issues.
it's because you say it with a straight face.
That's true. Also, it's all
very
true.
fair
It's all
about
very
everything.
true.
Yeah, you're fair.
Mario
about it.
Strikers.
Not good.
We're all
Absolutely
agreeing
terrible.
that
Not
game
good.
sucks, right?
Mario
Yeah.
Strikers sucks.
I'm not a huge
Yeah.
fan of it.
Xenoblade 2 sucks.
Oh, what? Whoa.
No, John? Do
I
you
like
not
Chronicles
believe that,
2.
or do you not want to say
No,
that?
no, I like Chronicles too. I was alright with it.
Okay.
Yeah.
Misfits
It's not my
thoughts?
favorite JRPG, but it's good. It's up there.
I'm in the process of. It's a game that I've watched so many people play for so long that actually I'm like, I'll just give the gameplay and everything a try myself after loving the first one.
Yeah, same.
I'm struggling to get through it personally, but it's one of those things like I want to get through it to fully give my personal analysis for when 3 comes out, because I do want to give 3 a try, and that
Yeah,
direct
same.
made
I
me
do wanna
really
give 3 a try.
excited.
Do you like the definitive, the first one that released on the Switch?
Yeah, I
Yeah.
loved the definitive.
That's the best
It,
Xenoblade.
yeah, it was so good.
Yeah.
I haven't got to try X though, so I have.
People like X. I still like that first one though,
Yeah.
especially when it came out on the Wii. It was really good.
Yeah, I wish I could
Xenoblade
have
2,
given it.
Bob? Thoughts?
I haven't been able to look at any. This is
all, like,
nonsense.
Different language to Bob.
Yeah.
It doesn't have Mario in it. He's not interested.
What?
Mario.
Mario.
If I don't
You ever
say
heard-
it like
you ever
him,
I'm
heard
gonna
of
have to
him?
cut
he's not gonna
I'm gonna have to
understand.
cut this now. You said Mario.
If I don't say it like him, he's not going to understand what I'm saying. Mario,
He's
Bob.
speaking my language. He's
Mario,
being very
Bob.
fair. Thank you. I appreciate it.
You don't even like me saying it
Why are you
like him?
shaking your head?
I think it's from Bob. We
You never heard
expected.
dialects before?
Bob found a video online of someone trying to prove that Mario was the correct way of saying it, and
Yeah.
now he feels
That sounds like a
justified.
video Bob would look up.
I have a video where I went to my elderly Italian grandmother and I said, "What does this say?" And she said, "Super Mario Bros."
But
So
you
that
don't. You don't
justified
say it like that.
I gotta start saying it like that then.
If you say it like that,
I gotta do it with a lot of. I gotta really lean
Gusto.
into the enunciation.
Yeah.
Sounds like you're saying mayo at first.
Come on now. Mario.
Mario.
Sometimes I say Mario, and that's kind of wrong. That I'll agree with.
Mario.
But Mario, that's fine.
Speaking of Mario, we're going to too many games after
We
this.
sure are.
We have Friday,
I
Saturday,
think
and
you've got
Sunday.
enough.
I do. This is probably too many games.
You count how many games you have?
So we don't have to go to the
We
convention.
didn't
Do we
talk
have
about.
inventory of that? How
I
many?
haven't. It's
Oh.
it's a couple hundred. 1,000. We didn't talk about this at all. We're sat in my house. We didn't even
Yeah.
Not the
mention
set.
that.
Never
Not
been
the
here.
normal
First
set
time.
here.
You guys know I moved to PA. This is my basement that we're sat in right now.
it's beautiful.
I don't know why that. Yeah, let's do it. Let's do it. Let's do it. So everyone's here, including Jordan and Christine. Christine. God dang it.
So close.
We met like an hour ago. You're gonna have to cut me some slack. And Kim. It's Kim. I believe it's Kim. And E, who's here as well.
Ah,
For E.
You said Kime?
the convention brings us all
Time.
together.
I just met her
It's
an
from like
hour
Lost
ago.
Odyssey. It's from Lost Odyssey reference by accident.
Is
Nice.
it?
Yeah. Good
Kime?
job. Good job. Yeah.
Oh, thank
Good
you.
job.
I played that game. I played the first disc of that game.
First disc.
I got to the second disc of the 4, and I was like, that's good. That's good enough for me.
Oh,
So we're all here because we're going to the convention.
Yeah, we're going to too many
Yeah.
games.
In Pennsylvania,
We talked about this a bunch, but a reason why Kime and I wanted to move to PA is because it's kind of like a central hub where for all my friends to come hang out. And
You came here last year for too many games.
Yeah.
And you were like, "Oh my god, I love it."
yeah, let's just
And
move
then
here.
you up and bought a house.
Yeah,
And now you're
let's
here.
just buy a house and move here so we don't have to travel for next too many games. And it worked out pretty well. We got here like 3 weeks ago. So
What are you gonna do till the next too many games? You're
Move back.
in Pennsylvania now.
We'll just move back. So yeah, everyone. It's a central hub. We got bagels.
We did.
Bagels for
Yeah.
lunch. And we hung out, and now everyone's gonna have to come up here every few months to hang out.
Darn.
So, hope you
Beautiful
guys are prepared
place.
for that.
He's very nice over here.
I just wanted to mention that we're in my house. We can go back to whatever.
People could tell. Well, not the podcast listeners.
Yeah, the listeners can.
You got the wood wall. It's like your thing.
Everyone gets to pick one thing, by the way.
What?
Oh, cool.
No, I'm kidding.
Dragon
I was
Quest
like,
Switch.
that defeats the feng shui.
Not my new some Switch. The rarest Nintendo Switch there
Is that really the rarest?
It's a $1,000 Nintendo Switch.
Which one?
Are you kidding me?
Yep.
What?
They only made it in Japan. It's a Disney Switch.
Oh, that's so stupid.
Wow.
It's a dumb thing.
How about you come up with something?
It's hard, dude.
Yeah.
I don't know. Should have thought some things through before we started.
We had a bunch of things we were going to talk about. What happened to that?
We need to start beef, and it's too hard with these people.
We
too
did
nice.
rely too heavily on creating fake beef once we went live. I feel too mean to go in on Miss Click about the Nintendo ambassador thing. I also don't want to cost her the Nintendo ambassador thing.
Yeah.
What is
And I
the
feel like
coolest
John will just
thing
get me
you've
in a
gotten?
headlock if I say anything bad.
To be fair, she
thing I've
does
done?
go on a podcast every weekend with Sean. So like, if she was
Yeah.
gonna be cut out, it happened already.
Yeah,
So.
that's probably true. I'm actually kind of surprised sometimes I haven't got an email being like, interesting Saturday you had last week.
You can't be hanging out with those guys.
If that's the point, I think if they ever reached out in my personal time, I think at that point it'd be like, well,
If they ever reached out and said, we don't like that Sean guy.
I would seriously just be like, I feel like that would infringe on genuinely. I get it, fringe. His ears perked up. I don't think they'd ever get to that point, but if they really did want to kind of protect that family friendly kind of vibe, I would just be like, I don't want to like give up my time with my friends and
Wow, so you'd pick that over the
don't tell
ambassador
Sean because he's not gonna watch this, but I would miss out on moments of him
What do you
lighting
mean-
his
wait,
chest hair.
What do you
on
mean
fire.
he's not going to watch this?
He doesn't. He
might
says
watch
all the
this.
time. He goes, I don't watch y'all stuff. Like I don't got time for that.
We're talking about him a lot, though. You might watch him.
He's pretty vain. He might listen to this. How do you feel about... I don't want to make this a Sean cast. I'm done.
How do I
Actually,
feel
I'm
about
done.
Sean on the podcast?
No, I was gonna say how you feel about Sean's new picture. He just posted to Facebook. He's been working out and he's doing this whole thing trying to.
Oh yeah, he's been on the treadmill.
Yeah,
It's good for him. I think it's good.
Yeah, I think it's good too.
You started like a whole fitness thing with all these Nintendo
what I hear.
YouTubers. What's going on with
So,
that?
I don't know. I just went to the beach one day, and the rest is history.
And everyone was like, I want that body.
I want that
And
body.
then they hit you up and they were like, I want to be you.
I want John's body,
Whoa.
and I'm
It's
gonna
right
start.
there.
And I'm gonna start working out to get one for myself.
Whoa.
Okay.
Just trying to make a joke. All right,
You
that's
said
fine.
you were working out and you were talking to him about it.
No, yeah, I was. I was getting like really into it.
Last too many
and
games, you
shape.
all went to the gym and
Yeah,
stuff.
no, I was much fitter then, and then this whole move kind of threw everything off. And
Well, you were working. You were
yeah,
picking boxes up, putting them down.
Life happens. Especially moves are so stressful.
I know.
So.
I honestly don't know how you have time to do this because you have a channel that you upload on daily, a second channel which is also daily, pretty frequent.
Pretty frequent, yeah.
You have kids and a family,
I do have those, yeah.
and you somehow the stream every Saturday night, and you still manage to look like a Greek god.
Yeah.
So how is that possible?
It's it's really I just play games and I just do fitness stuff. That's it. If I had something else that was really
What's the
involved
divide?
hobby-wise,
How much time do you spend playing games and how much time working out?
probably like 70-30.
In the
70
games
games,
favor?
70 games, 30. Yeah, because you don't have to work out very long.
And how
a
much
day.
like actual work do you? So it's 70-30 in a day.
for like that kind of stuff? Yeah.
So if you were to slot work into that, where does work fall on the scale?
Well, like I've like 70% is like games and like filming and all
Okay.
that. Yeah. So I'll actually play games between like when I'm writing stuff. Yeah. So I'll like drop into some Halo for a couple matches and get back to
Oh
like
my
writing.
gosh, this
and,
man is hanging on to Halo.
and then I'll jump into like I'm playing like Trails of Cold Steel right now. I'll jump into that for an hour.
You
and
have
go
time
back.
for JRPGs on top of.
Yeah.
Okay, I don't understand. You
I
have
finished up like
you have
Horizon
extra time
recently,
in the day.
and
You have extra time that we don't get.
He also
You
makes
made a
all
deal.
his own food too. This man
I
cooks
do.
all his own
I make
food.
my own food. Yeah, I don't eat that much.
I don't know what I do with my day to not have the time this man has.
Lay around.
I don't. Yeah,
Have a sit.
yeah.
You know?
I message people a lot.
Like you can play games on the treadmill.
Yeah, no, you can.
Yeah.
Yeah,
You have the treadmill and you just play games. That's how I beat Tales of Arise on the treadmill.
I can see that.
And that was like a 50-hour game. So I just did that.
50 hours on the treadmill?
Well, not all at once, but
okay.
I'll treadmill for an hour. I'll play Tales of Arise for an hour, and it's like 2 months. Boom. That's it.
Yeah, I get up at like 1 o'clock.
Yeah,
Well, like if you enjoy it, it's easier to get to. So I really like doing it.
I do enjoy it. I just don't have time. Basically, you work out.
I like challenging.
I do, yeah. I I'd like to be beefy like everybody else, but it's just not.
You don't
want
want
to
to be beefy. You want to be beefy?
Oh, I want to be beefy, man. I want to be
beefed
beefy.
up?
Bruh. I would love for people to be like, yo, this chick could mess me up. You know what I mean? Like, that would be like my ultimate goal. But I just think genetics and metabolism and all that stuff is just like, you know, you're just not going to look intimidating.
John,
so.
thoughts?
Hey, click with Abby Arms would be funny.
That's what I'm saying.
I'm all for it.
Give us tips on putting on weight.
That's the
How
whole
much
thing
do
is
we
just
gotta
being
Bob,
eat?
funny.
Bob needs weight
I
tips.
need weight to gain.
You got to eat more. That's number one.
Calories.
Bob, you got to eat
That
more.
sounds
Just
like
looking
work
at you.
enough.
It's literally the worst.
Yeah.
What?
Yeah.
What? Just eating?
I get full and then I'm
Making-
just disgusted by food.
Yeah.
I
When
was
I'm
mad at
done
eating.
My
that's
problem
it.
is
I don't
trying
want
not
Yes.
to eat.
How?
Yes.
You do have to eat a lot. People think when you try to look a certain way, you eat less. You actually eat more. So I eat 6-7 times a day.
You like snack throughout the day, the whole day, right?
Yeah.
How many calories are you at now?
2,500.
That's decent. That's a good chunk.
Yeah. So
That's what I need to like. I think I need like 3,000 to just maintain. This
No, you need to
Yes.
eat a
Yes.
normal person's amount, which is
I
like
eat a
2,000.
normal person's amount.
You
I got a
don't.
weird body. Is my metabolism.
I don't think you eat enough.
Too much.
It's, I'm gonna relate on the metabolism thing. I think my goal technically is supposed to be like 3,000, and it's not. It's
3,000?
Literally,
Yeah, I
if
think
I
I'm the
want
same
to
way,
bulk
yeah.
up, it is. I've
How do you
been
feel
told,
about that?
I
3,000?
think it's 3,000 for me to maintain.
I mean, you
what I
might
have
as
already.
well. Might as well.
That's a
fine.
lot.
I can't. I actually I was doing like multiple different things, and I started seeing results like things like weight gainer shakes and stuff. But again, not health professionals or anything. But then you start getting into the whole like how much sugar you're intaking, like what's actually making up those like weight gainer shakes. Then I went through like a whole thing of like insulin resistance and pre-diabetic. So it was like, you know, like maybe trying to get close to that 3,000 calorie threshold. This is not gaming talk. Why are we talking?
I'll make you some food.
I'm interested.
I'll make you the good stuff. I'll make you the good
But
stuff.
yeah, you just have to be really careful with like what you're making and how, you know, your body responds to that. So for me, it was just like that 3,000 threshold is really tough.
Gamers are interested in lifting
No,
weights more and more
they
now.
are.
I've
Every
noticed
time
this.
you post a
Thankfully.
shirtless pic, people go nuts.
I've noticed this online. People in gaming are getting more interested in fitness. I think that's a good thing.
No, I think it's a good thing
I think
too.
more people should.
And for the record, I think all three of you look great. I mean, none of you has to change anything.
Thank you.
I saw you shirtless for our trailer, and you looked hot. So
Thanks, dude.
you're welcome.
What are you doing after this?
Well,
Another podcast?
yeah, we're going to too many games actually.
Yeah, panel. Yeah.
A whole ass convention?
Okay, I have brought us into SPAWNCAST talk, Xenoblade talk, and fitness talk. Bob, if you don't bring something to the table right now,
Listen, I've been navigating a little bit.
He's
It's
helping
just
me
doing
with
it
this.
stealthily,
Yeah,
you know?
Got the technical issues going
I
on.
asked
Solving
this
it.
before. What's the coolest thing Nintendo has given you? Because I've
Oh,
seen
yeah.
some cool shit come your way.
You know what? I think honestly, I was really surprised when they did send out the Switch OLED right away.
Oh wow!
They
Yeah.
sent out the OLED to us, so that was really cool because I had been public about it too that I wasn't really gonna get one, and
they were like, "We got you."
well, I was just like, you know, I don't really see a pull as to why.
Did you
I
change
would
your
want
mind
it.
once you had it though?
But then once I actually got my hands on it,
Yeah.
I think they were confident that they're like, just try it.
yeah,
That's why they sent it to you. They
That's
were like, "No,
literally-
you're gonna like it."
It is
You
actually
need to
not-
have
Night and day.
it."
It's
now
tough
it's
to go
it's
back.
yeah, it's with me everywhere I go. It's by far the best like travel companion versus just my normal Switch. But I don't even know what else they've really kind of. I love it when they send the plushies and stuff.
You got a lot of cool Kirby stuff.
The Kirby
Saw
plushie
that,
was
yeah.
really cool. There's also some like sometimes they'll do like collaborations with other companies and the company will reach out. So like Pokemon, but I haven't even posted about it yet. But I think they teamed up with they teamed up with another
Gelato
brand.
Peak.
Yeah,
I got the Yoshi stuff.
Yeah,
For Hannah, it was freaking awesome.
yeah.
and one
I
of
haven't
the
even opened it yet.
I got a hand towel, and it comes in a metal egg.
No way, really?
It's awesome.
I haven't even opened the box yet. It just arrived, but
Oh, I just
they
ruined
s-
everything for you. It's probably different if you got like a press kit.
It's like I'll post about it
The, like,
later,
pajama
but
thing.
yeah, it's with the Yoshi
Yeah.
with the tail.
Yeah, it's freaking awesome.
Yeah, so I love stuff like that. Just things that, you know.
So
That
I'm
thing's like
making these
$150.
protein waffles now.
I mean, yeah,
Protein
with a
waffles.
Just like
name like
banana
Gelato
eggs and
Peak.
some oats,
Uh-huh.
and just that swerve sugar.
Yeah.
And
You guys
it's
having a
pretty low
conversation over
calorie.
Hey.
We were feeling left out.
Sorry.
So John asked me about my new protein
You want
waffles.
me to navigate the podcast? We're coming up with topics here, bouncing back and forth. You're over there talking about protein shakes.
Yeah. You
can't relate.
It's protein waffles, actually.
Oh,
You could
protein
use- you could
waffles.
probably-
I know the protein pancakes, the one with the bear on it.
Yeah, but I make
Kodak?
my own because that's too much sugar.
I
in
should
those.
make you some food, Bob.
Okay. I'll eat like half of it.
I made you and you.
You made me coffee.
I made you guys coffee lattes.
It's very good. Very good.
Thoughts?
It was very good.
The best.
It was a lot.
You approve?
I approved.
You say it's a lot?
How many grams out you doing?
I mean, of coffee?
Yeah. Like liquid that comes out. It felt like a large.
It was big. It was a big cup.
I'm wired. I'm jazzed.
It was a double shot.
Oh. It felt good. It was good.
It was a 25-second pour. I made sure.
I feel like you're lying.
No, I promise. It was. I already told you it was.
You gave me mine like separate, and I feel like you
I did something
timed
to it.
mine specifically. You did something to it?
That's
no, I didn't know what you were going to say.
That's high praise coming from you, Bob, because
Yeah.
at Too Many Games last year, you just come downstairs and you just have an espresso maker in your hotel. Like you traveled with one.
I brought a wine bottle filled with espresso.
That's
I
like
had
thought
like
you went
11
upstairs.
shots in it.
You just came downstairs with the espresso. I was like, does he have a maker in his room?
No.
I
Okay.
almost brought one this
I
time.
have a portable
We-
espresso maker. I was going to say we could bring it if you wanted.
We have
We
to
gotta talk
we
about
have to
that.
talk about that, by the way, because that was like my favorite memory from last
my
year,
God.
which was okay. It involves Jordan too. Thank God for Jordan. But I was so exhausted at the end of the night. I was like, I'm just gonna get in bed and fall asleep. And Jordan's like, no, like everybody's here. You're gonna come down to the fire pit. Like you're gonna miss out. You're really gonna regret it if you like aren't here with these people and present in the moment. And I was like, shut up, Jordan. I'm taking a nap. And he's like, okay, I'll be back in 30 minutes. This man literally comes back in 30 minutes and he's like, get out of bed. And I'm like, no. And he's like, come on. And I'm like, fine. So I bring my blanket. I was so grumpy.
Yeah, you were wrapped up.
I had my blanket. And as soon as we get down to the hotel lobby.
You looked like you were done for the night. And
I was
me and
so
Hannah,
done.
we were crossing
it was the four
paths
of
with
you.
guys.
It was you and Kaim. And then you.
I think I was taking them to
It
go
was
have
literally-
just taste the
Yes.
the latte, and you got it was a
It felt
pumpkin
illegal.
spice
It
latte.
was. It felt
Yeah.
illegal though, because you're like, I gotta.
If you need a visualization, Click looked like E.T. in the blanket in the bike.
Yeah, she needed some caffeine.
about to go over the moon. Yeah.
It was rough because
Yeah.
I think over this past year I've started getting more tired sooner, but I think that was like the start of it. But it was so funny because it felt illegal. You're like, got some stuff up in my room.
It did kind of sound like
We're
that
gonna
was
do
the
the
So like
hard
the
stuff.
six
She
of
went up
us
there
like go
expecting
into this
something.
hotel room, and it probably looked so not good. But then
It
we all
looked
come
like
back.
we were doing
It
drugs.
looked like
We all
it's so-
walked
in a
in.
nondescript
We all
wine
walked in
bottle.
looking kind of tired and all walked out going, well, I feel great.
at 11 o'clock at night.
But I was set for the rest of the night. It was really good. But it's like the pride you have in your brew.
I felt like I'm like the coffee guy. I had to bring
That's
some
good,
coffee.
And
right?
that's why when I
good.
made everyone coffee, I made these two coffee, just made them coffee. And for you, I was like, okay, get 25-second
very good.
pour, make sure the milk is perfectly frothed.
It was very, very good.
Okay, good. I'm glad.
I was going to bring a portable maker. I got like a lever, like a manual one. But there's a lot of... First of all, I knew I was coming here. And I know you got the good espresso set up. So I'm good for Friday. Saturday, I want to go to E-Brew. That place is sick.
Okay.
It's by the convention. It's like a nice
I wanna
coffee
go.
shop.
Yeah.
We're going. And then Sunday, I'm coming back here. Make me another coffee.
I will.
And
There's
there you
also...
go.
I want
My
to take you
coffee's
to...
set for the weekend.
I want to take you to Still Penny too on Sunday,
All right.
which is that coffee shop nearby. It's like on a metal scrapyard. So there's like all like mounds of like metal scrap and then a coffee shop like right in the middle of it. Kaim and I found it. Sorry, I almost said Kim.
Not dropping the
Sorry,
bit.
my bad. Yeah, I love that place.
There's a lot of good coffee around here. That's why I decided not to.
That's why I moved.
Bring anything.
It seems like a really poppin' area for that.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So-
it's a really nice area.
Yeah.
Yeah. Someone, because I've been talking about this Still Penny coffee place, and someone messaged me and they were like, hey, just so you know, because you said that, people can just Google where you live and find out that you live in X place. And he like had wrote the place. And I was like, oh, you mean like you just did? Thanks.
John did that to me when I got doxxed by E3. You texted me my address.
I did.
And nothing.
I did.
No other context.
Oh my God,
It was
that's
like 11 o'clock
terrifying.
at night. I was sitting on my kitchen table and I'm like, oh.
You like, look out the window. He's
Care to
standing there.
explain what this means? Are you like waiting outside with a baseball bat?
I was trying to give you a heads up that it.
That was a heads up.
Yeah.
It's kind of creepy, John.
My head went up. I don't live there anymore. I don't live there anymore. So, but yeah, no, people are weird. They could find out. We got to be very careful about
Yes.
Yeah.
talking
Yeah.
about shit like
Been
that.
super careful.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm
I've
not
had-
too worried about the Still Penny thing either because it's like 10 minutes away. And
Stop it.
I already said that in the video. If you drop a pin anywhere and say a 10-minute radius, I mean, we could go door knocking on like a billion houses.
I won't even say where I get my pizza from.
A chain restaurant. Just say like Hungry Howie's or something.
Chuck E. Cheese. Just say Chuck E. Cheese.
Let the judgment ensue you. I'd rather be judged than doxxed, you know?
True.
So.
True.
All right, let's talk about something gaming before we have to wrap up. What's everyone's most anticipated game of this year? It's tough because there aren't any. I'll start with you, John.
This year?
Yeah.
That is tough.
Xenoblade 3, maybe?
No, I'm going to say God of War.
Okay.
You really think that's this year?
Maybe they'll talk about it this week coming up. I don't know.
Maybe
They got to give us. Maybe they got to give
more.
us a release date soon for November. I don't know.
Corey did reinstate his Twitter, so maybe.
Somewhere in there. I don't know.
Who did? Corey?
Yeah, he did.
We'll see.
Do you-
Maybe it's
do
someone.
you
I
know
don't know.
Corey?
Maybe it's next week.
Corey Balrog?
Okay, just making sure. I thought you were just saying
Our buddy
it.
No,
Corey.
my buddy Corey. No, we actually, I don't know if I'd say friends. Corey, want to come on the show? But when I reviewed God of War, he like retweeted it and we had a little conversation. He said thank you.
He's really kind.
Yeah, he's super nice. He's
great.
super nice.
Yeah, he'll hype you up in the comments.
Yeah, he's a great guy.
You said God of War. I just don't think it's this year. I mean, it's got. I will say after the direct, Xenoblade 3 looks a lot of fun.
Oh,
What?
nothing.
There's a lot of Xenoblade slander on this podcast.
Nothing.
I'm just saying-
I went, oh, that's what does that
I
mean?
made a noise.
That doesn't mean
not
I
a
made
good
a noise.
thing.
Negative.
I was like, oh yeah, cool.
Yeah.
That's great.
Okay. Well, for me, the is probably. I think Splatoon 3. Quite honestly.
Oh yeah,
That makes sense.
Yeah.
Honestly, probably me too at this point. Now that Zelda's
Really?
been bumped, I like
I thought you weren't
Splatoon.
a
Yeah,
Splatoon guy.
He's about to be.
What about if God of War comes out in November?
that's different. Yeah, I don't think
That's
it's coming
if.
out.
You don't think
If.
it's coming out?
I don't think so.
Oh, we might have to make some bets.
Oh yeah.
they're
What
like
do you want?
I don't know because I know it's coming
50?
out this
You
year.
can always tell when John
You
knows
know?
something. He
I
like
mean,
sits up
it might
straight.
come
He's
out
like,
I
"No,
this
it's
want
me."
to make some bets.
it might be coming out this year. I don't know. Maybe
Trying to make
not.
some money right now?
Maybe.
God of War, the first one's in like my top 10 games of all time.
Yeah.
So if
Really?
the second
Not
one
top
drops,
5?
yeah. Did you play it?
I played it. I
Not
didn't
top
like it.
3? Not top 1?
It is close to top 5. I'd have to sit down and go through the whole list because you've got games like Red Dead 2. I got wackies in there like Telltale Walking Dead, of course, Xenoblade 2. So it would have to kind of get rearranged a little
Got some
bit.
weird games in your top
Yeah.
5.
Ocarina of Time.
It's my favorite
kinda-
game.
Oh, yeah,
PS4 is
Ocarina.
normal.
Yeah.
Yeah. What's the others aren't normal? Red Dead 2? No. That's not normal
No,
for a top 5?
Walking Dead. Telltale's Walking Dead is a number
That is-
one
that
is
game.
wacky.
That's weird.
But it's solid. That's a solid.
That's a fantastic
Yeah.
game.
It's a solid game.
It's a
I don't
10
know
out of 10
anybody
game.
who's saying top 5 game of all time.
It's a
Okay.
10 out of 10 game. It's the first game that ever made me feel something.
You put it over Ghost of Tsushima on the PS4. You put it over Ghost.
I wasn't a massive Ghost fan.
Ghost.
I liked it. But
like
it
that
was
game a
very
lot.
much just a recycled like Batman Arkham Knight and Assassin's Creed and a few other games I've played put in a really pretty
You
package.
don't like Way of the
I felt like
Samurai?
that about God of War.
Way of the Samurai Tenchu, kind of mixed up there, open world.
It was a fantastic game, just not top 5. I mean, like I'll put it in like my top 50. Like it's up there.
That's nice of you.
That's a big pool. 50.
I just feel like it wasn't as amazing as everyone
Last of
made
Us
it
2?
out to be. That's in my bottom 50. That's way down there. Way down there. Now, Last of Us 1, that's in the top 5.
Yeah.
Okay.
That I agree with.
I have multiple games, more than 5 in my top 5.
That's one of your most
depending on the
anticipated
day.
games then is remake.
What's that? No,
Oh.
not really. I'm in the camp of that doesn't really need to happen, but I'll play it.
So if God of War comes out, is announced for this year, that's your most anticipated game?
If God of War 2
Ragnarok.
comes out, easily most anticipated.
Yep.
What else
it's-
is freaking coming out? I can't even think.
Well, I
of a
do want to
game
say
that I
as well,
wanna play.
Splatoon 3, the reason why I have memed on that in the past. In fact, I've memed on it with you. I told you I didn't like Splatoon at one point, and you got very upset.
But because you're
I can-
so good at trolling.
I know.
Yeah, that's what it is.
No, I am
You're
good
so
at
good,
that.
you're
I
so
legit thought you didn't
dry.
like Splatoon.
No, I love
because you're a
Splatoon.
huge
Splatoon's
troll.
great.
Yeah.
I don't. There some of the things I was trolling about are legitimate. I hate the paint roller because it's OP, and you really don't feel like it is. But I love Splatoon, so don't get upset. I'm just saying.
I think you're approaching it a little bit more from like the multiplayer casual aspect versus like you have to.
She just called me a casual.
Listen, you can
you
be a
hear that?
competitive
That's
casual,
crazy.
but like if you go to a Splatoon LAN, like they're very much kind of like the Smash community where it is very grassroots feeling, and that's why normally they're kind of Smash events and Splatoon events happen together, and it's kind of cool seeing how the two communities mix. Splatoon is a little bit less smelly than the Smash stuff, though.
Okay.
I will not lie. The
All
Smash
right.
the Smash rooms, they do be smelling a certain way.
Good tidbit.
What was I saying? Oh, but yeah, no. When you get into like that competitive side with like the metas and everything, like I love the Splatoon community. It gets really intense, but it's one of those that I think I just got involved with a couple of the people who did commentating for a lot of the events that Nintendo had, and then they started running their own, and it just like opened up a whole new realm. But in regards to like the most anticipated game, God of War is like that single player experience.
Yeah.
You know, you really
They're
get
two very
immersed.
different games.
Yeah, and Splatoon is one of those. It's like you could just play like
Even with Halo Season 3
I
right
was gonna
there.
say like your Halo Infinite.
Halo Season 3 might be the anticipated multiplayer game.
Yeah, you know, if
But Bob, what about you?
I don't know, man. I'm like jaded by every like major AAA thing. I feel like everything that's coming out.
Is there a
is, like,
Valorant
the same
update
as
coming?
things when it comes to Game Pass, they'll finally have all the freaking
There was a new
characters.
map a couple
oh my
days ago.
gosh.
I know I haven't played
Yeah,
it yet.
yeah.
I
Pro.
brought my friggin' Windows laptop.
Oh, yeah,
just so
you
I
like
could play in the
Valorant.
Did
hotel.
you really? Wait, are you actually playing?
We
it?
need to play.
We haven't.
Now I'm.
We played
now
and we
I'm in.
won.
I know
we
we
did
won.
so good.
We're so poggies.
Yeah.
I was gonna say, yeah, you like Valorant too.
Yeah.
So this is literally the 6th episode or 7th, and we've
We
talked
mentioned
about
it like every.
we've talked
podcast.
about Valorant in almost
we
every
play, We
episode.
play like every other night. We play Valorant.
And I don't get invited.
Did you say you
You're
brought
always
your
streaming
did
till,
you
like, 4 in
did
the
you say
morning.
Playing
you,
Valorant?
Did you say you brought your laptop to play Valorant?
Yes.
I love that.
This is how I connect with Hannah because she lives in a different state, so we always play
Oh,
games
so it
together.
wasn't to
Long
play with me.
distance.
It was to
Shit
play
like
with
it.
Hannah.
It's
Okay.
all about playing that. So
Aw.
like,
How about Saturday night we come back here with Scoot, we all play Valorant on live stream.
I'm down. I could freaking set up.
Yeah, you could.
Ready to go, dude.
Okay. Do you want to play?
Oh, I was gonna say I'll just be on the couch watching, but that's fine.
No, I use my laptop.
I've never played on a laptop, but I think it'd be fun to try.
It's not got a mouse. Yeah, it's the same thing.
I'll use the trackpad. Yeah, I'd love to.
What else is coming out this year?
That
Riddle
I
off some
actually-
things.
Callisto
I have no
Protocol?
idea. Huh?
Callisto Protocol?
No.
What?
That's the Dead Space.
Yeah,
thing,
it looks
right?
good.
No, it looks good. It looks really good.
Yeah.
Oh, that's
It does
coming
look
this
good.
year?
Yeah,
I
December.
changed my answer to that.
December.
I changed my answer to that.
Wait, really?
Because then the following month,
I've never
No,
played
but
Dead Space.
it's up there.
the
It's up
following
there.
month is Dead Space remake, and then Resident Evil 4 remake comes out 2 months later. So it's like horror
would
game,
like to
horror
play
game.
Resident
Evil
It's
4
really good. Yeah,
That's a great year for horror fans. No wonder Alpha Omega Sin made his comeback to YouTube.
I was hoping Crisis Core would get out this year. It might be next year.
No, that Dead Space like game, I love.
Callisto.
Dead Space 1 and 2 are 2 of my favorite games. They're in my top 5. 2 of my favorite games of all time.
Resident Evil 4 is one of my favorite games of all time, but this remake, I'm not sure
What about-
about. I
what
need
about-
a lot more
Scary?
information
Is 4
about it.
scary?
Resident Evil 4?
No,
Yeah.
it wasn't that scary.
It
they're
was
gonna
like
make
an
it
act- it was like
scary.
a
They're gonna
weird
make it
Yeah.
scary.
Japanese
They're gonna make it
action
scary,
game.
yeah.
4
There was
was
like a lot of
the-
like backflips and stuff.
4 was the first
Oh.
one where it went into action,
Branched.
and then 5 and 6 5 and 6 play like 4, but got way more action.
Yeah, I got a little over the top.
4 was kind of in the middle, where there was a couple of jump scares, but it wasn't. It was
There's like
very
some gross
actiony.
stuff. People's like heads explode and stuff.
Yeah.
What about Pokemon?
I've been falling off on Pokemon.
Bob hates Pokemon.
I thought that was
I've been-
going to be
I've
most
been
anticipated.
liking
Bob
Scarlet
keeps
less and
every
less.
time we don't have a podcast idea, he wants to do why he hates Pokemon as
And
a
just
podcast.
shit on
Should.
Pokemon
You
for the
should.
whole thing.
It'll
Oh, no.
really make
I
people
feel like
upset.
I know.
Close your eye- close your
I feel like the
eyes,
games have been getting worse and
Cover your
worse.
ears.
They're putting less and less effort into every game. And there's a lot of things that they can do
It's
to
open world
bring
this
it into the
time.
modern day.
It's open
you know?
world this time.
Yeah. I think unfortunately it's one of those like if it ain't broke, don't fix it. But
it's broke.
It's
It's broke.
It broke.
It's broke.
But
It
people
broke.
They
keep
need to
buying
fix
it.
it. That's
so
the problem.
is
People
it-
keep buying it, and they can put less and less money into it, and they'll make more
To
and
be
more.
fair,
Yeah.
the sales are half of what they were with the Game Boy.
With the Game Boy? Well, the Game Boy.
Fire, like red and blue, also like 30 something.
Do you think that's
Well,
because
that was
it's much
like
higher?
the start, you know?
Yeah,
Yeah.
I was gonna say,
Nothing
do
else
you
to go
think
on
that's
back
because the
then.
games are getting worse, or because there's just more options now?
I think
There's more gaming.
people who
options
bought
now.
them then are older now, and maybe they don't be like, oh, look, Scarlet Violet's coming out, or Brilliant Diamond, Shining Pearl, any of these games, so they maybe fell out of gaming.
I think there's a little bit of like, back in the day of like TV before streaming, like shows would have like 5 million views for like a sitcom episode one
Yep.
night, but
Yep.
now like you're lucky to get like 250,000 just because there's so many options and so
Yeah,
many streaming.
oversaturation for
I think it'd
sure.
be hard for any game to get the numbers of like old
They have
games like
3
that.
Pokemon games in 12 months.
That doesn't help.
Brilliant
That
Diamond, Shining
does not
Pearl,
help.
Arceus, and then
Yeah.
Scarlet and Violet.
I think it's a lot like comic books where the Pokemon Company makes a lot of money in other areas.
They do.
So their main thing that they built this whole franchise off of, they use it for like ideas for their other stuff,
Yes.
like the anime. And
That's why the game
movies and
has to come
plushies
out.
and stuff.
There's no like,
Yeah,
we're going to
but
delay
they
this
don't-
game. No, you're not.
They don't even
Yeah.
need it. They just need it to make new characters,
Yes,
and make new plushies,
exactly.
and then they'll make money somewhere
Trading
else.
cards and
Yeah, just like how Marvel just doesn't care about their comics anymore.
That's why I just hope like they come out with like I guess the Legends kind of style where it's maybe they have like the yearly game that comes out, but then like every other year there's one that's like more in depth or something, or can expand upon something that gets a little bit more time and
hope they
I
keep
love
investment.
that. I love when they do something different.
Separate,
They take like
yeah.
Arceus and say these are the ideas that work and these don't. But there's still a lot of things.
if they don't have to rely on it to make a new
Yes.
Pokemon or a new generation of Pokemon, then they can take more time with it. So.
You liked Arceus though, right?
No,
You did not at all.
Really?
no. There's still a lot of weird like UI stuff that just is insanely frustrating. to
It was.
me.
It took a while to get into. Like the whole.
That's the thing.
The
it
whole
took like
beginning
4 hours
is like
to like
It did.
start the
the
game. I'm sitting there
quietest-
mashing A the whole time.
It's like the quietest tutorial I've ever gone through.
Everyone's
'cause
like, after
no
4
one has
hours,
voice
though,
Yeah.
you're gonna love it.
Yeah.
I'm like, I don't have 4 hours to dig into something until I like it. Like I'm not until I can know if I'm gonna like it or not.
Yeah.
I agree with that in almost every case, but I think the little bits of like learning how to catch Pokemon that they did splice in the
It was
beginning,
really
it
fun,
kept me
though.
going. Yeah.
I liked the mechanic just being able to throw and
Yeah.
run at the same time.
And then once you
Yeah,
get
that,
through,
that would be great.
No
in a
random
main
encounters.
Pokemon game,
that's
yes.
literally. So I put like 100 hours into that thing. The first 4 sucked, but then there was like 96 hours of just fun. So it is worth.
Is
pushing
VR
through,
the next
but
step?
for
You actually
Pokemon?
throw a Pokeball.
Oh,
with-
that would be sick.
Yeah.
That'd
Yeah.
be pretty cool.
That would be really cool.
Nintendo and
We'll see it in 10
Nintendo-
years.
Yeah, I was gonna say Nintendo are definitely going to get into the VR game at some
Are they?
point.
You sure it's not just going to be the Virtual Boy?
Well, they did
2.0?
the.
Well, they've done so many.
They did the Labo with.
Yeah, they've done the
What's it
Labo.
called? It's called what?
The Labo. Sorry, the Labo. I'm copying you.
Yeah.
They did the Labo.
Yes,
the
I did
Virtual
that.
Boy was obviously something that was very early on,
Yep.
and they dived
did a lot
into
of did a lot of
VR.
damage. Yeah.
They had one other VR thing at some point, right? This might need a historian here.
I know they did stuff for Smash. Like you could do VR stuff with Smash.
you could watch it in
Yeah, that was
Labo.
with the Labo,
But then they had
don't know what
the.
else
which is
they
the
did.
weirdest, dumbest thing. Did anyone actually try playing Breath of the Wild with the Labo?
No.
Because I heard the frame rate was like 10.
That's a
There's a there's a reason
you
they
didn't know?
Yeah.
No.
So
I
with-
did
with
the
that-
Labo VR.
With that right there, the Labo. If you make that, you can play Breath of the Wild, but it's like in it's like in third
Did I
person.
do
right?
Odyssey?
Yep.
Can't you do Odyssey?
Yeah, Odyssey's
Yes,
one of it too.
yes.
yeah.
I think I did that.
But it's
And then you
weird
could do
because you have to
Smash.
hold it to your
I did
face
not know
to
about
play.
There's
That's
no
crazy.
strap.
So weird. No,
So-
I think there's a reason they don't want you to have it on your face for two. They're hoping that your arms just get tired, which means you're not going to hold it up to your face longer than like 10 or 15 minutes before you just give
That's
up.
me when I try to play the Switch without my glasses. My arms are like this, and then they fall asleep. I've been like playing while I'm laying in bed, completely blind, and then my arms fall asleep, and I've dropped my Switch on my face because
Yeah.
I just can't
So
feel my hands.
some people were
anymore.
laying backwards, like laying on their back and just putting it on their face. But like I think the idea is we don't want this against your face for too long.
Yeah.
It's a little,
I-
it could mess
yeah.
you up or something.
Don't worry about our well-being. Just let us wear it for
Okay, trust me,
24
you
hours.
don't want to have that on your face for too long.
They should
It
just.
gives
I mean,
you a headache.
they could just partner with like I don't know, Oculus or whoever, and just make their own string of games like they do with mobile.
They don't want to.
But just
They
do it
won't.
with VR.
They won't. They want everything to be theirs, and they want full control. I think Nintendo are probably upset that they can't get into the VR game like everyone else is right now, but they just don't have the hardware or the equipment
I'm
for
sure.
it.
I'm sure they're upset they missed out. I remember that video you made way back when you were talking about the VR and how they went with the Virtual Boy instead.
Yeah, if they did an all-in-one headset like the Quest, I think that's their best bet.
Yeah,
Make
no,
that.
they could.
Yep. Go down the branch of hardware. They'd have controllers that you got to buy with it, which means they're going to give other colors of the controllers
And if you tie it all
special
to the-
edition ones.
tie it all to the eShop too, so it's all
Yeah.
the same like currency.
Yep.
and
You have a
everything
VR
with the Switch.
VR section that you go to.
I could see them doing it. I know it sounds kind of outlandish, but they want to be in VR. It's very clear they want to do something with VR.
There's room for another hardware SKU because they don't have home console and mobile anymore.
It's something people wouldn't expect. So that sounds like
I mean,
Nintendo.
portable,
just to try it.
a portable VR and
Yeah.
a portable home console and hybrid. Yeah,
Yep.
I could. I mean, that would be pretty sick to have both of those.
Because the PSVR, you still need a system. So that's like $1,000 investment probably when it's all said and done.
That's a
Whereas,
huge investment.
And then if they keep doing things like, they release Breath of the Wild 2, but there's also the VR aspect where they actually put better work into making it VR, and they keep doing that with all their games.
yeah, I mean, the Quest 2 isn't that expensive.
Imagine
if
if
you look at it.
each first-party Nintendo IP that you could play on Switch also had VR support for the VR headset.
That'd be so cool.
That would
yeah.
be cool.
What if
That'd
you had
be
to put the
pretty sick.
cartridge in and it would like detect it and then give you that game?
I just want.
What if you could scan amiibos on your face while you're playing?
tapping them against.
I almost
the
wonder
thing.
if they would do like mixed reality like we have with like Windows is doing this, Microsoft, where you can still see your environment, but you look through the goggles, sort of.
Whatever happened with that? That was like 5 years
Mixed
ago.
reality.
There was the mixed reality thing.
Yeah, Microsoft kind of moved away from it.
Because that looks
They
so sick.
They kind of, in a little bit, kind of tapped into that with the Mario Kart Home, didn't they? The home circuit?
That's what I mean. They're playing around with that idea. So I think that'd be cool to see.
That was sick. I did love that. But this was different. I mean, remember was it Minecraft they showed?
They had it on a table.
Yeah, they
right?
had it on a table. So there was this table, there was nothing there. And then this guy put on glasses and suddenly like the table started to come to life.
Oh.
And he was like playing the game on like the holographic table.
It was
and
pretty cool.
everything.
Wow.
I mean, Pokemon Go is like the AR thing. You know?
Oh.
Yeah, I know, but that's like
true.
that's holding
With
a
the face
3DS
thing.
with a camera. This is like you put on like goggles, like specs, and like the whole world comes to life, like something from a cyberpunk futuristic TV
It
show.
sounds so cool, but I know like once we get to there, I feel like it's gonna be hard to go back.
Sounds too cool.
No,
We can't do that.
I want it.
And then we're gonna start getting into like
Apple's doing
augmented
something.
reality.
Apple's rumored to be doing
I think
something
augmented
next
reality
year.
is cooler than VR.
Yeah, because it includes
It's
your personal
real.
environment.
It makes
That,
it
I've
real.
always said like I'm not fully sold on the VR. Other than I love rhythm games. So if
Beat
Nintendo
Saber?
came out with like I am a huge
We
like
should do
ever since
2-player.
Dance
We should do
Dance.
2-player Beat Saber.
Yeah, I don't even have a VR headset. Like I'm behind on the times when it comes to that. But I always tell people like if AR was like a thing, like I would be fully like into that if they really embrace that. But I just feel like VR is not even fully there yet. Like it's still
It's
in this,
not.
You know, I'm like I see your vest and everything, and it looks so freaking.
The Quest
cool.
is really
Yeah.
cool because it's
So
all there. It's all
People
in
are
the
doing
headset.
some cool things in VR. Half-Life Alyx
Yeah, it's cool.
is
That's good.
just a 10 out of 10 game.
Yeah.
And it's all in VR. It's made for VR. It's the kind of game where you start an adventure and you go through an 8-hour journey, and it's all like none of it feels like a tech demo. None of it feels like you're playing like a VR game.
But so many people
You're
haven't even
there.
experienced it because it's on VR.
Which is
No,
so.
I know.
Yeah.
I know.
It's
And
so
it's a
funny
shame.
though, because I remember Donkey's video on Half-Life Alyx, and it was not kind. He
didn't like it?
I don't think he enjoyed it. Either he enjoyed it, or he just made a video to say
I
he
think
didn't.
I think
but
his video is one of those like look at the wacky things I can do.
He's
I
just
don't
like,
think
oh,
he
look, another puzzle that's circular or something.
There's
Yeah.
a couple of puzzles that felt a little derivative, but I think because they were in VR, they thought that it would work better than it did. But I thought a lot of the puzzles were pretty cool. Like there was this one door I couldn't open, and I had to find like a handle crank for it, and it was like stuck on pipes, and I had to like manually pull this thing off of a bunch of pipes and stick it on the door
You know,
and then turn it to open it.
VR is one of those things. It makes like if that actually happened in real life, you'd be like cussing under your breath the entire time. But VR is like, oh, I get to untangle.
I get to untangle it around pipes.
Yeah.
The one that blew me away was Vader Immortal on the Quest. Because you're
Oh.
this close to Darth Vader.
That was fun, yeah. That
that-
felt
is
that
that
felt
like
a
a-
little tech demo-y while I was
It
playing.
felt like you were on a Disney ride.
Yeah, but
Feels
the
like-
lights,
It's cool 'cause you're in
feels a
your
little
living room.
intimate, like personal space.
the
It was a little
lightsaber stuff.
scary.
was
The
cool.
very
Did it make you
first
feel a
scene-
certain kind of way?
Yeah. The very first scene is you're like on a ship and they're like, oh no, the Imperials are boarding, and then the Imperials board and all these stormtroopers run right up to you, and then like the main guy comes up and he's this close to you, breathing in your face, and it's like
I can imagine it'd be
scary.
really cool when they finally opened at was it Disney, when they finally opened up the Star Wars stuff. They had the stormtroopers marching down, so I can imagine it's like seeing it.
Alex
right there
did a
in
lot
front
of that
you.
stuff, but it was a lot more immersive because, like in the Vader game, you're kind of stuck in a spot.
Yeah.
But in Alex, you can like move around. There's one spot where you get this whole like warehouse, and there's like this big creature. Have you played it? Mm-hmm. That big creature roaming around and like tearing down things, and it goes by noise, and you're literally like sneaking around, and I'm like crouched in my room like this,
Nope.
hiding behind things.
No, I couldn't
It's
do
cool.
it.
Yeah,
It's
you can play
terrifying.
it. You can play it with if you have a good enough PC with like the Quest 2. You have the link
Yeah.
and all. Yeah. So
And that vest, by the way, is pretty sick. If there's games
it
that support
vibrate?
it, yeah,
Oh,
all over
interesting.
and all over the back. And I was
Oh.
playing a game called Contractors, and like it's cool because I'm like shooting the guy, and I'm like getting shot in the back, and I'm like, oh, so I
it like
turn
taps you on
around.
the back. That's
Yeah.
interesting.
And then
Huh.
I'm like, oh, he's behind me.
I'm worried about movement because
You're
I
gonna hit
will,
something
I
in your
will
room.
throw up. If like I like to play
Oh,
VR
like
games where
motion
you don't
sickness?
move that much.
Yeah.
Unless for some reason, if the game is like a racing game, you're in a car, I'm fine with that. Like my brain tricks.
I'm the
itself.
complete opposite. But also, I was telling Bob this yesterday, but it's all about the like hertz of the headset
Yep.
and then like the
Yeah.
frame rates of the game. Because if you're playing like an old headset and your PC's only putting out like 25 frames, you're gonna throw up if you're walking.
Yeah.
I
But if
think,
you
I
can
think it
get
was
that faster and
PlayStation
smoother-
VR that really made me think that all VR was going to be like that.
Whoa.
I think a
no.
lot of people have played PlayStation VR or early VR and gone,
Yeah.
I am never playing VR.
Nah, you gotta check it out now,
sucks.
yeah.
But now with like the Quest 2 or the headsets that are coming, try them again because the frame, it's all about like your eyes being able to like keep up
Yes,
with what's
yeah.
happening to not confuse your brain.
Yeah, the technology's advanced.
Yeah.
So far, like the PSVR 2 is supposed to have foveated rendering, which is like it can see where your pupil is essentially focusing, and it will only render that spot because your peripheral is not as important. So it can make that lower resolution essentially. So that means your frame rate's gonna be higher. So
That's
they can
really creepy.
shoot
Fancy.
for
really cool.
120
Yeah.
hertz or something, which
wow.
is
that
good.
fast because you're going to be darting your eyes a lot.
It's they figured it out. I don't know. It's
That's
It's
really
kind of
cool.
creepy, to be honest.
there's an entire presentation online where they go over it. I think it was like CES where they're explaining it, and it's mostly like, hey, you technically have tunnel vision at all times because you don't need your peripherals
I
for
wonder
what
if
you're
they like
focusing on.
aggregate data on that, and they're like, this is like a common.
It can it can track your eyes like in real
Yeah.
time,
Well,
and then
there
it
is-
has
there
the
is-
ability to predict where you're gonna look
Those
too.
eye tracker things
So-
that streamers use where they put them on their computer
That
and
is
they're
very
like,
fast.
That
yeah.
is
And
an
those are
actual
super fast.
disaster.
Yeah.
Watching those streams.
they load up pictures of people online and they see where their eyes go.
I'm gonna look at their face.
Oh,
Yeah, I have to look at their face. Please only look at their face. What 5 minutes? Okay. What do we do for 5 minutes?
Whenever I get that call, and my brain immediately goes, what can I talk about for only 5 minutes? What conversation can I get into? Somebody said in one of the recent episodes, I hate that near the end they're always asking the time, or like they're trying to like
need to know
end the
when
time.
when
we
we're
try
good.
and
We're trying
aim
to
for
wrap
an
it up.
hour.
Yeah.
so I will tell you something nice about Sean. RGT on the podcast because it was a lot of like he
bring it all
lights his hair on fire. He
I
does
didn't
stuff.
know- I didn't
I
know
will
there
say
was
something
something.
good about him for this then because I had dinner with a couple of friends from way back in the day in like high school. Right, I meet up with them and one of them found the channel on YouTube and they're like, I watch the podcast every single week. And I was going through the people and I mentioned RGT. He's like, that's my favorite guy.
Oh,
That's
really?
it right there.
Of
He's my
course,
favorite.
of course.
He's my favorite. You got to
He
keep.
is.
He's the one I tune in for. Sean RGT. And I'm like, really?
I'm
Yeah.
sure he appeals to a
never
certain
know.
crowd.
Yeah.
Okay. And then like a couple weeks ago at Walmart, somebody stops me and was like, I know you from YouTube, and there's this podcast you guys do. Love that RGT guy.
Oh my God.
Every
God.
time someone mentions
can't
the
get rid of
podcast,
him.
they know right away. They're like, I like that RGT guy.
You
he
know,
stands out.
we
I think
should-
he's just entertaining to
They
people.
think
we
they
should
like him.
we should tell more people that we want to reach out for sponsorships because I feel like it's quite the opposite with sponsors sometimes.
They're 50-50 on it.
Oh my god.
I will say that Sean and I have been friends for years, like 10 years, something insane. So I have the right to make fun of him. He gets. Sometimes I have to tell him to shut up. Like very often, I'd be like, okay, that's too far. But I like to say he means well,
He's all about the entertainment.
but I can't say that.
He wants to entertain the people watching.
He is.
So.
I think one thing I really noticed about Sean, he's gonna hate that we're saying this, but he's probably one of the most like loyal people I know.
Yeah.
Where anytime you've ever needed something or expressed
Yeah.
you're going through like a tough
That's
time,
true.
he's like, "Yo, you need me?" Like,
He did have
Hit
my
me
back
up.
recently with something.
yeah, no, he'll be like, "You need me to cut someone?"
He'll do it publicly
Yeah.
too.
I'll do it.
He'll come
Yeah.
find people.
Yeah,
Yeah.
he's great.
Yeah, people. So there was some people talking crap about my Texas video when I was like I left Texas and people in Texas, and he had my back and he was like, well, did any of you like offer to help him move? Did any of you say goodbye?
damn.
Did any? When's the last time any of you have talked to him? And they were like, okay, all right, cool.
Yeah, Sean's got that little bit of crazy in him when he needs it.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah, he does.
he's a mama bear.
Yeah.
Well, thanks for coming on, guys.
Thanks for
That
having
was
us.
great.
Appreciate it.
having us.
So, if you guys want to check out the SPAWNCAST, as long as you watch ours first each week, that's fine, right? No,
Sure. We met. Our second meeting was on the SPAWNCAST.
that's
The one that you remember.
See, we're bringing people
Talk
see in the
about that.
timeline of events.
Yeah.
we kind of help make
You
this
play
podcast happen.
matchmaker.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yes.
You could say that the Nontendo Podcast is a spin-off of the SPAWNCAST.
Well, hold on a minute. We'll go over that off camera.
But of course, you won't make any royalties or money or anything at all.
We'll call it even with our faces on your sweatshirt.
Hey, those are just different enough to be legal.
Oh, okay.
Jordan, you want to sit
That's
in
not
for the
me, that's
final, for the
Captain
goodbye?
Jordan,
Jordan, we didn't have the complete SPAWNCAST until just now.
do you want to say something?
Hi.
So you can get this, well, not this merch, but I think it's still listed up. So there you go.
Well, Nintendo.
Oh wait, we have merch. We're supposed to talk about that.
do.
You could wait. This is gonna go
You're
up after
welcome.
too many games.
It is.
We don't even know what it looks like. We shipped it straight to the convention.
That's brave.
No, I don't know what it looks
I
like.
trust these guys a
I'm
lot.
a lot closer to you guys now.
You're
Also,
on top of them.
before I forget, I'll do it now. This episode wasn't sponsored because we have yet to get more sponsors, even though that was something that we were supposed to have by now.
Remember that contract we almost signed?
Yeah. Glad we didn't. So, if you want to support the show, you can go to Patreon, Nontendo Podcast. That's the sponsor right
And
now.
you can
It's
get
you guys.
new merchandise that we'll probably
And
be wearing in the next
merchandise.
video.
Thank
or
you for all
something.
the love and support.
I want to buy some merch. Can I buy
Why
it?
not? You can
at
just
the
have
convention?
It. I'll just give
Jordan, you're
No,
also part of the
take my money.
SPAWNCAST, and I want to have you on as a guest at some point. And I think maybe the way we talk about Pokemon would be good.
He was there the very first one.
True. Yeah. We should do an episode where you find somebody that hates Pokemon too to come on.
Okay.
Oh,
And
no.
I will tag with Jordan and we'll debate you.
That's
We'll
a
be your
bloodbath.
Pokemon that you send out to
Yeah. yeah.
Right.
I like that. All right, everyone go check out the SPAWNCAST, but also check out Spawn Wave's channel and Miss Click's Twitch and support
Jordan's.
them because they're... Jordan's going to have his
contributed
own...
a lot.
Okay, absolutely. You don't
And
get-
Jordan-
you
and
can't
Jordan
post-
Fringe.
You can't promote any socials or anything on this one. You get your own.
And Jordan Fringe, who will be on an episode at a later date, but was also in the background of many of the episodes we've already done.
Yes.
So, all right. You guys have any final things to say?
No.
I
How was
had
your
a good
time?
It was
time.
very nice being on the podcast.
Thank you. Appreciate
It
that.
was good. It was
Yeah?
an honor to be here. So big fan, you know,
Thank you.
big fan.
Thank you.
Every week I'm like waiting for the episodes to come out. So it's gonna be weird hearing my voice now.
Okay, bye.
Bye.